Okay, I've made this rib leg a little taller than it should be to show you how to correct when you make a bend that's improper. It's very easy to correct. Just take the ruler, measure from the top of the rib on the side here to the top of the rib leg. It's 3 1/4 inches. We'll take the 3 1/4 inches off the bottom and this will fit perfectly. Now I cut the 3 1/4 inches off the bottom of the leg and it fits perfectly. It lines up with the rib. And if we were just installing this, we would cut it, mark the two of them, cut it, and install it with a coupling like this one is. To measure for a cover, what we're going to do is we're going to take a ruler, go down below the gunnel about 16 inches or so. You can go even further if you want to go to the waterline. It depends on how much you want to cover. And basically come up and go to the center ridge pole. And whatever that dimension is, we'll double it, and that gives us the width for our cover. This one would be 18.8 is what the width of this cover would be. And the length, I'll show you how to do the length. It's very simple. All right, to measure for the length, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this ruler down about 2 or 3 feet past the bow. Follow the contour of the ridge pole all the way down, and then down the transom to where you want the cover to end, and that'll become the length dimension. And that's how we measure for the cover. When using a rib to determine the height of the ridge pole, on boats that are larger, a 10-foot length won't be long enough to be able to get out towards the outer part of the gunnel. So what we'll do is we'll take a coupling, stick it on the end, add a piece of tubing to it, and use that to measure down from the end of that tubing now to the height that we need, the top of the lifeline stanchion. That'll determine the height of the ridge pole. So that's how we extend our rib for a wider boat. If you're building your frame and the mast is up and you want to run the ridge pole down the center, you can go around the mast by making a bend such as this. What we do is we take the tubing bender, we've hooked it on, we made a bend in this direction. Then we went in the opposite direction, we went this way to get that bend. And basically did the same on the opposite side. We wound up with a piece like this. Now what we would do is we would take and put a coupling on this end and a coupling on this end and run our ridge pole down the center of the boat, and that's how we go around a mast. If you're building your frame and you have your mast in place and the boom and you want to go over the top of the boom, basically we would just take our rib, raise it on top of the boom as high as we'd like it, and make our rib legs long enough to support the rib. One of the things we like to do on a cover clamp frame is pad the bends wherever we can. It extends the life of your cover. What we use is stuff we call cover cushion. All it is basically insulation for your pipe, cold water pipe or hot water pipe. The size we use is 3/4 copper or for 1/2 inch threaded pipe. And it's real neat stuff. It's very inexpensive. All you do is you measure how much you need to go around a bend. You can cut this off, or you just even rip it basically. Put it on the tubings. It has a slit in it, so you can open it up. So you can put it on the tubing, go around the bend like so. This will really pad the cover nice. But what we do to hold it in place is we take some electrical tape. Now we'll start on the pipe, and go around a couple of times on the pipe, and then work our way up onto the tubing, from the tubing up onto the padding. We do that at the top, a piece at the bottom of the bend. Start the same way on the pipe. This holds it from sliding around up and down the pipe. And then sometimes I like to put one right around the middle, just to hold it in place. Now that'll stop it from sliding up and down the pipe. It'll last more than 1 year. You get a couple of years at least out of this. It's an inexpensive way to extend the life of your cover. It makes a big, big difference. We call that cover cushion. Very easy to do. Once you've installed this, in most cases, you can leave this on from year to year. You don't have to take it off when you disassemble your frame. It can stay on the rib leg, or if it's on any bend, just leave it on there, and you're ready to go for next year.